Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of your favorite Ravens YouTube channel and podcast, Talking Ravens all day, every day, with your host, Justin P. And my MVP, billion-dollar co-host, Miss Shannon Finch. This is episode 174 for the YouTube version. For the audio version, it's season 3, episode 11. It was 10 the other day. I had that incorrect. My apologies. The links for the audio version is right there below in the description. Right underneath of that is myself, Shannon, and David's social media platforms. Like I say, every show I have all platforms. Shannon, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. David, Facebook, Instagram. So if it's some Raven related, stuff you feel like we're not talking about or talking about enough, hit us in the DMs, and we're gonna do our best to add it into either our preview or our recap show. So yeah. I basically I narrate the previous shows. So as you know, we start everything with the coaching matchup. So who has the coaching edge out of Zach Taylor and John Harbaugh?
I'm gonna go John Harbaugh. I just feel like he's had, a longer coaching career for one, but he's shown to be able to deal with adversity a little bit better than Zach has, as far as when things look like it can be going bad and he can turn it around. Um, I think Zach's a good coach though. Like they got a lot going on since he's a tough organization to even play for and coach for, just because of how the owner is, and it'd be a lot going on with them. But I think Zach Taylor's a good coach, but I'll edge it out and give it to Harbs.
I'm gonna go a little slight different on this one. I'm gonna give the slight edge to Zach Taylor because it just beat us a couple weeks ago. Just beat us in our house. Like you have to go off what has been done lately. Of course, overall, it's Harbaugh. No question. But Zach Taylor has beaten us. And if we want to be technical, the Bengals have had more postseason, recent postseason than us too. They've been to the Super Bowl within the last 3-4 seasons. We haven't. So, like I said, overall, of course, it's Ravens everything. But as of recently, within the last 5 years, the Bengals have kind of done a little better, to be truthful with you. And a lot of that was Lamar getting injured and so forth and so forth. But I gotta at least put that out there, so so I can show people I'm not being biased. But for the simple fact they just beat us not too long ago, I'm gonna give a slight edge to Zach Taylor. I know that's probably a little shocking, but it has a "what have you done for me" type of word. All right, the offensive coordinators. You got Dan Pitcher for the Bengals, and you have Todd Monken for the Ravens. Who has the edge, Shannon?
Even though he's been getting on my nerves this season, I'm gonna go with Todd Monken. His offense has been one of the better ones for the most part since he's been here. Besides this season, um, I don't know what the problem is with the offense this year. We talked about that a couple of days ago, but I'll still give it to Todd Monken.
I'm gonna give a slight edge to Dan Pitcher because, like I said, those two receivers are hard to cover, and they're starting to run the ball a little better. And Joe Burrow's starting to find his groove. It's by a slight margin, like I said, because of the two receivers, and they've been putting up points even on losses. So we haven't seen 30 points in a good little while. I think since the goddamn Bears game. So yeah, for that reason, I gotta give the damn Pitcher. So the defensive coordinators, you got Al Golden, Bengals defensive coordinator, and you have Zach Orr, Ravens defensive coordinator. Who has the edge?
Mm, both defenses haven't been the best this year. Um, I'll say L, just off the strength of Zach always been disappointing. I just thought it was going to be a lot better this season after how it went last year. They turned it around. I expected more this season, and it's been one and the same. They turned it around since I think the Rams game was the first time that I started seeing a turn.
Mm-hmm.
They played pretty well, but just thinking about the coordinators in general, I'll just go L.
I'm gonna go Zach Orr because the Ravens defense has been a lot better overall than the Bengals. We're the only team that the Bengals held under 20 points. Us and I think the Browns the first game. That's it. That's it. And that was more so off of our mistakes and stuff like that. But Zach Orr has shown tremendous improvement. Even though it's still some things we got to clean up. So I'm definitely gonna give him the edge. All right. Let's go quarterbacks. It's going to get a little dicey. Joe Burrow or two-time MVP Lamar Jackson?
Joe Burrow. I think that he's been better than Lamar has been since coming back from injury, even though it's 2 games. He just looked better against the Ravens. He looked good against the Bills and was it snowing? Whatever it was doing up there.
Yeah, but
Um,
snowing real heavy.
I think Joe Burrow, like I said, I think it's a certain top four in the league. You can put him however you want to put him. Joe Burrow's in that top four.
No doubt.
But just basing it off of overall, I mean, shit, you said that you're giving it to Zach Taylor because he's been to the Super Bowl. Well, Joe Burrow was the quarterback that got him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I like Joe Burrow. Like any other time, I might say it was a tie, but just based on how bad I think Lamar's played this season, um, yeah, I'm gonna go Joe Burrow.
Same here. And anybody knows me knows Lamar's my guy. I ride or die with him, but I have to trust my eyes. Trust my eyes. And I go Joey B. Like I said, we haven't scored 30 points since since before Halloween. They just put up 30 points back to back since he came back. So that says a lot. So gotta go Joe Burrow. Much as it pains me to say it, like I said, I gotta trust my eyes, Joe Burrow.
And it does help to have the wide receivers he has. Like it's not like he out there like that. Like you gotta have guys that can impact the game. Like so, but yeah.
So all the Bengals fans listening, see me and Shannon we ain't all we've been accused of being too biased. So we have been showing y'all that's not true. The running backs, you got Chase Brown and crew, Derrick Henry, Keaton Mitchell, Rasheen Ali. Who has the edge?
I'm gonna go Ravens. I mean, I just feel like if the Ravens stick to what they know and what they good at, they better than a lot of groups. So yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens.
Same. Derrick Henry just got over 1,000. Like I said, he could easily finish anywhere between over 1,300 and 1,400 yards, maybe 1,500 if we run him possibly. So he's going to end the season pretty strong and still be top 5 in rushing. Because, like I said, nobody really dominating the rushing game outside of Jahmyr Gibbs. And let me look at his rushing yards real quick. So Derrick Henry might still lead the league in rushing once the season's over with Jahmyr Gibbs. We got 1,062. Let's go to Derrick Henry.
He only got 1,062.
Yeah, and Derrick Henry has. Yeah, because he split carries with what's the name too, Dave Montgomery.
No, I don't know why I thought how many
Derrick
Jonathan
Henry.
Taylor got.
I'm about to look. Derrick Henry, but I'm about to give you all the top guys. Then Derrick Henry has 1,025 with 10 touchdowns. So he easily finished with 1,516 touchdowns. Still a great year. Just go Jonathan Taylor. I'm gonna go Bijan. Then we're gonna move on. Jonathan Taylor has 1,356. He can catch him because especially with the if the bad quarterback play now, he might not be able to get loose like that no more. They're gonna just box them, and so I can get caught. And let's go Bijan Robinson.
I definitely would have thought Gibbs had more than that.
Yeah, he split carries with David Montgomery. Bijan Robinson 1,081. Go David Robinson and David Montgomery. And then we.
So Jonathan Taylor still leading the league.
Yeah. I'm trying to see what Derrick Henry stuff rank at. He's 5th in touchdowns, 6th in yards. So he's still top 5. So we supposed to do. He's still gonna have a great year. Maybe. Yeah. So like I said, all that he fell off. Now he's doing this behind a shitty line and lack of carries some games. So imagine if the line was a little bit better and the carries was there some games. Yeah, he has 1,600 right now, easy. But moving on, just a little segue for y'all. Receivers and tight ends. You got Jamal Chase, T. Higgins, Ike Lavar, Charlie Jones, Evan Ingram, Mike Gesicki. Excuse me. For the Ravens, you have Zay Flowers, Charles Bateman, DeAndre Hopkins, Tez Walker, Tylen Wallace, Mark Andrews, likely Kolar. Who has the edge?
Bengals.
Yeah.
Like it's not even a whole lot to that. Bengals.
Yeah. Our tight ends make it somewhat a little bit more respectable, but yeah, if we just talk about straight receivers, and I love Baton Zay, but yeah, it's not close for us receivers, but yeah,
Tight
Cincinnati.
ends just haven't been as making as much of an impact this season as I thought they could or would. But
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, we both agreed on that. They want to think, damn, they gonna think we giving up on the race. We not. We just being real. We just showing what I was saying. We can't be biased. Let's go with the offensive line. The Bengals. You got Orlando Brown Jr., Dylan Fairchild, Ted Karsh, Jalen Rivers, Amarius Mims. Ravens. You got Rose and Rosengard, Daniel Faalele. Hey, I'm gonna be respectful to the heritage, no matter how bad he playing. Cause that's how you say it. It's Faalele. Hey, it's not Faalele. It's Faalele. That's why it's 2 A's. That's why you always tell
fish
David.
fillet.
Said Shannon be nice, man. Be nice. I'm trying to be nice, Shannon. Don't take me there. Uh,
That's what
Tyler,
Shannon Sharp was called.
I
Shannon Sharp
know.
called him
I
fish
know.
fillet.
I saw. I saw. I think everybody in America saw this shit. Tyler Lindermaul, Andrew Voorhees, Ronnie Stanley. Who has that? Who has the edge in the offensive line?
Bengals. Our good players just horrible. I ain't got time to even try to make a case for them.
Yeah, I gotta go Bengals just because from tackle and center we got them, but the guard play is so bad. So I'm definitely gonna give a slight edge to the Bengals. All right. It's just the Bengals are 4-3 team. I'm trying to see how I can group this all together. So
Do it how you always say. You be like front seven.
yeah, I'm gonna have to do it like that because that's the only way realistically do it because of the schemes. So who has a better front seven? Bengals, you got Joseph Adai, TJ Slayton Jr., BJ Hill, Miles Murphy, Demetrius Knight, Barrett Carter, Owen Burks. Ravens, you have Travis Jones who just got paid. We'll talk about that right at the few topics. Brent Urban, John Jenkins, Mike Green, Cal Van Noy, Trenton Simpson, Roquan Smith, Teddy Buchanan, Traymon Jones. Who has the edge in the front seven?
Even though I'm about tired of our pass rush, I'm tired of having to talk about the lack of it. I'm gonna go Ravens.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens. What if Trey Henderson was playing? I would go Bengals. But yeah, I'm gonna go slight edge to the Ravens because Roquan and Teddy. And like I said, Travis Jones and guys balling. Like I said, we just need them guys on the edge to get there a little better. But the Bengals haven't stopped nobody but two teams. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the Ravens. Front seven.
And that's what makes
Secondary.
me so mad about losing to them on Thanksgiving. Like their defense was like we couldn't even do nothing against them.
Yeah, when
That's
you
how you
give
know the offense is bad. Like you can't even do nothing against a bad defense.
yeah, and when you turn the football over 5 times, that makes it a hell of a lot easy for them.
Of course.
All right, the DBs. So we got Dax Hill, Jordan Battle, Geno Stone, DJ Turner, Jalen Davis for the Bengals. For the Ravens, we have Marlon Humphrey, Nate Wiggins, Cheetah Bill Woolsey, TJ Tampa, uh, Malachi Starks, Lloyd Gilman, Kyle Hamilton, and possibly Darius Washington. Who has the edge?
Ravens. You know how I feel about how we feel about our DBs, so we're going Ravens.
Yeah, definitely Ravens. We got the best in the league. If we had the Denver Broncos or Packers pass rush, we'll probably be one of the best overall
We might be
defenses.
the number one, right. He might be number one.
Yeah, just them guys, like I said, they can't run with nobody all day long. They do their job, but like I said, we had a better front seven that was good, more generating more constant pressure. It'd be a lot better. But yeah, I'm definitely going Ravens. All right, special teams. Evan McPherson, punter, kicker. We got punter Ryan Wren Rico. Charlie Jones is the returner. William Wagner is the long snapper. Ravens, of course, Tyler Loop, Jordan Stout, Nick Moore, LaJohntay Wester, and now who's back there with him now? Jonte Wester, yeah, Keaton Mitchell, Rasheen Ali. Who has that as a special team?
I'll go Ravens. I haven't been that high on the group. But I looked at some stats earlier. The Ravens, they've been better than the Bengals in certain areas. So I'm gonna go Ravens.
I'm gonna go Cincy because Charlie Jones got 2 return touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Evan McPherson is a much way better kicker than Tyler Loop in his career right now. So I'm gonna go Cincinnati. Yeah, I damn near pick Bengals for everything. Like I say, but I can't say I'm biased. All right, now first actual topic.
That must mean you picking them to win again.
That don't mean that, Shannon. Don't mean that, Shannon. I'm just like I said, I just got called out. I said in certain positions because we got ridiculed. Oh, they all Ravens, just Ravens. I know it's a Raven ball game, but if that's the case, the Ravens like this, they should win every game. But
Oh,
it's
I'm glad they talked that to you because I don't be saying that to me.
no, they put it in the comments in general. On when I go on a YouTube studio, I see it. You can say it too because you got admin right. So I just check all that stuff like that. All right. So Ravens made a move yesterday. Ravens signed former Pro Bowl guard Laken Tomlinson to their practice squad. Does this mean Daniel Faalele or Andrew Voorhees days as a starter for the Ravens are nearing his end?
No, that doesn't mean that to me.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that's more about Ben Cleveland being suspended for like 3 games, so you might need a body. I
Yeah.
mean, John Harbaugh doesn't sound like he must don't like nobody that's on the team, backup wise as far as the offensive line, because he said what did he say about Aaron Jones? He wasn't better than them. I forgot the 2 things that he said, and I was
You wait
like,
till you
what?
finish. I don't want to
It
cut you off.
it it sounds like you just don't want. I don't know, man. I don't think he's going to get rid of them guards, so I don't think that bringing in a guard means anything for those two, unless somebody gets hurt. I think that's more about Ben Cleveland being suspended.
I agree, but the pushback on that last one, he don't want to. He don't because if he do that, he got to admit he was wrong. And Hobbs is a powerful guy, and his ignorance just kills me. Same with his doghouse little thing. He was stubborn, but he just instead of him saying, "I got this one wrong," I gave him a shot. It didn't work. Now let's move on. He has to find those segues to try to justify his bullshit, and we're not buying it. We're not buying it. We tried to give you the fat benefit. Oh, they must not be that good, but we seen Emory Jones. He did pretty good. He only had 1 penalty. And then you got former players and analysts who does it for a living saying the same thing. So it's like, nah, dog, we ain't ready keeping letting you off the hook for this bullshit. We tried to give you that, oh, nobody else must be better. That's bullshit. But I
But you
know
know what? That goes to
nobody else
show
is
you
that way.
how soft Baltimore media is, though. Because
Yeah.
like I said when I said was the last week, if it was
Mm-hmm.
one thing I could ask him pertaining to end game things and running the ball, and nobody
Yeah.
never ask him that. They'll be like, "Well, we ran the ball this many times. Like, how did you feel?" And he'll just say the general thing like, "Yeah, we want to run the ball more than we want to." No, ask him, well, why didn't you? So it's the same thing with the offensive lineman. Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, like when you can see certain things, but then when you don't have the media pushing back, like we as fans can sit here and complain all day. When we can get on podcasts, we can complain all day. We can go in the comments, we can complain all day. We can complain all day. But if the people that they not necessarily answering to, but the ones who are able to ask questions,
Right.
if they aren't going to ask things that are going to give him some, like like how you just said, let me give you some pushback. Give him some pushback. You know what I mean? He's a head coach. He's making big bucks. Like it's okay to ask him like, what's going on? And if you think it's BS, like if a media person feels how you feel, like they think what he's been saying is BS, I would say that. Now you might risk the chance of losing your credentials. They might not want you to be up there no more. But what do you think fans would appreciate more? And I'm not saying be disrespectful. No way.
No.
I would never tell nobody to be disrespectful. But I don't think it's wrong to follow up questions. You know what I mean? Like you ask a question, you answer it. No, you need to give some more. Because what you mean? Like we all seen it. Like you just said, he had 1 penalty. He didn't look that bad. Not that bad to not give him another shot. They don't be asking the questions.
I agree with you, Shannon, about like you said, and you're right. Not more so lose credential, but they don't want to lose access. Jason Lock 4 kind of like made that tough for a lot of
Well, when I
people.
say credentials, I mean like they won't be able to come back to the castle. Like if you
Yeah,
don't got
yeah.
credentials, you can't
They'll
get in there.
lose
Yeah.
access. Yeah, for sure. But no, you're right. They need to. They can say it in a professional way. about being offensive. So, but Hobbs don't need to keep dancing around stuff. Like we see all the coaches around the league take accountability. He only takes accountability when it's absolutely no other option. But but for the O line, he down on that hill. Like, nah, dog. Like, we would have both respect you saying like, man, Cleveland's not playing because he has some personal stuff going on. You don't got to get into what. So the play wouldn't be up to par because he has to deal with that. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best. I need to go ahead and start mixing and matching guys, see what works. Because like I said, the most important thing is protection for our running back and quarterback. There's ways you can answer stuff too. Same way there's ways he can answer about throwing somebody under the bus. You don't gotta say, "Oh yeah, voorhees and Faalele, hey stink." So yeah, I need
Yeah,
to.
but if he says that, right, like it's a PR thing to say, and then no changes are made, people are still going to say it's BS. So that's why I say ask him the follow up questions, because then you can really tell that yeah, he just giving you mouth service. Like he's not really trying to get into why I'm not like, because he's not going to be like, bro, we don't have nobody. Like these five are the best we have. He's not going to say that. He's not going to throw Eric DeCosta under the bus. He's not going to do it, and I don't expect him to. But I just wish that the media could be like, what do you mean Emory Jones was no better, or whatever the hell he said about him? Like, what does that mean? When we've watched these two guards all season, like, come on, man. Like, what are you talking about? Not you, but I'm saying John Harbaugh. Like,
I'm laughing, Shannon, because you could have just said.
what?
Because you could have just said stop being clear. Say you said mouth service, so I know right now.
Right.
I know my friends. I know some people going to come in here with their little inside jokes. Think about what you said, Shannon. This just the high school
Mouth
kid, man.
service. Oh,
This
if
is
we were
the
men,
inside kid.
if we
This
was
the
men,
high school kid.
I would have to say pause, right? If I was a man,
You,
I
I
could.
mean, you get away. I'm just saying, it's just funny how it
I'm
came
just
off.
saying, but it is though. It really is mouth service. Like
Oh man.
he he say what he need to say to get
Yeah,
off that press conference.
yeah.
And
That's
whatever.
that's just me being goofy. As I told you, I'm a
No,
big
I know how y'all men are. Y'all gotta say pause after everything.
fan. Oh man, but yeah, it's definitely horse shit, man. Because like everybody in America can see this, and that just makes you look even worse as a head coach because you have qualified people just saying this, not just fans, qualified Hall of Famers, and like they're saying this. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
come on, like Shannon Sharp took 30 minutes out of his own time to talk about that. So it was like, come on.
That's embarrassing.
Like I don't know what the cost. I don't know if you can't want to comp pick that bad. You can't want to comp pick that bad. Like it's like come on, because all it takes is one play and Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson out. It's like, come on, he can't even block a damn 195-pound corner blitzing right in front of his face. It's like it don't get no easier than that. Like, so it's like this experiment has to be ripped off. For one, you took him and put him in. You made him a guard. He's too goddamn big. If nothing else, you should have just kept him where he was at. Because the times he at least looked serviceable was at his natural position. But like God, like I said, before he get up, they already right past him. But you're right though. And the say it is to say all this to say you're right. It's just basically a Ben Cleveland replacement, so to forth. So but hopefully he has the nuts to make the switch. But I think that's gonna have to come from Steve Bisciotti. But yeah. But it's not gonna do they don't mean they're falls right now in the season, their days and that number. After the season, I think so. But right now, no.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Another move was made. Ravens extend nose tackle Travis Jones 3 years at $40 million. Give me your thoughts.
I think it was a good move. Um, I think it's smart for Eric DeCosta to get a lot of things done this season, in season, so that when you go into the off season, you can have more of a focus of who you want to focus on more than what you want to get done. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so far they gave an extension to Derrick Henry, Kyle Hamilton got signed. You signed Travis, and who else got signed? Oh, Mark
Well,
Andrews. Mark
Mark
Andrews.
Andrews. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So those are people that you could have possibly lost in the off season. Some of them, if you didn't lock them in now. And like I said, then you go into the off season, you still got Tyler Linderbaum. They could be working on something with him. You know, you probably want to get an extension done with Lamar to bring that cap hit down. Um, so I applaud Art DeCosta on that front, like getting some things done right now in the season, this season, so that when the off season comes, that's not a worry. But I think it's a solid move. Travis is a good guy. Like he's one of those guys that we don't talk about a lot, but he does his job. You know what I mean? Like, and when
Yeah,
it comes to defensive linemen and offensive linemen, like if you're not saying their name a lot, it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know, because that means that they're doing their job. So I think it was a good signing.
I love it because for the simple fact, man, the big K status is up in the air, like I said. So you at least have to have some type of reinforcements on your interior D line. You have Broderick Washington coming back, so you got at least two of your three interior starters coming back. Like I said, knowing Beach, he's definitely going to do everything in his power to try to come back because he's not trying to pay back all that money right away. So
Hmm.
yeah, but like I said, but at least at least you have them two to start off with, then you could, then if like I said, if everything's good with Nomley, then that's a plus. You got your original starting three back, but you
Hmm.
had to have him back, especially with you losing Michael Parrish. You had to have something, and it was a pretty good deal. He's like the 12th for 13th highest paid defensive tackle, so they got him for a good rate.
Hmm.
So I love it. Like I said, you need that insurance. You need that guy at the middle. Like I said, especially if Beaks ain't able to come back, at least you can have him and Roderick man an interior D line until you find somebody in the draft for sign free agency. But overall, it was a hell of a great move by Arthur Costa.
Hmm.
All right. Now into some game planning. It was crazy as fans mad about Lamar missing practice each week, but has to deal with 77 and 72. You're right.
Well,
Yeah,
I'd
he
be
got
mad about him missing practice because I feel like that's important time.
no for
Get
sure. It can
timing
help.
in with your wide receivers and tight ends and
Yeah, yeah. I told that I agree on that note, but if anybody can afford it, it's him because he know the offense.
shit.
All
Not
right.
with the way he done played this year. He need to be out there here. He been underthrowing, overthrowing. Like
Yeah,
that's bad.
because he missed basically 4 weeks, 3 games, and then we was off the bye week, so he missed 4 weeks, and then 4 weeks. So yeah, he did. They need to get that timing back. So hopefully he stay at the late with the guys and throw around a little bit. Speaking of offense, all right, how will Todd Monken attack the Bengals defense, Shannon?
Run the ball. That needs to be the first point of attack. When we stick to what we do best, good things usually happen. So that's my thing. Like all that passing and stuff that comes with it. You don't have to force it. I don't like. I told you that I didn't care for that in the game last week. With all it seemed like it was just they was forcing a lot to Zay. But I just feel like if you run the ball, everything else will fall into place. So that needs to be the way he attacks them. Run the ball.
I completely agree. Definitely run the ball. Establish that at least 20 plus carries. Last time he had 10 carries, he had over 60 yards, broke a big run, then he had a big catch. Feed him, man. Feed him. Even if the yards were carried, not sacky, still feed him to grind it of the game. And if nothing else, help out Lamar. Cause now the play action get pass help him. Lamar looked a lot better Sunday because he was able to run the ball, play action pass, hit guys. He made one little stupid pass. I'm sure he wish he wanted to have back. I guess he did that for his cousin, so his cousin can get a little resign.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to make it make sense. But definitely get Andrews involved earlier because right now it's a confidence thing with my Andrews. Ever since the debacle in the divisional game, his confidence has been going down. So he started making some plays, and like I said, we were extending him. Then he had that game he had Sunday. So he's getting a little bit of heat. So get him involved, get his confidence going, get Likely involved. Likely put the ball away, man. Put it away. Once you get to the sidelines, do the Dougie, gritty, whatever the fuck you want to do, but make sure you complete the catch, complete it all the way through, score, then celebrate and do all that other shit. Because 2 weeks in a
Mm-hmm.
row, even though Sunday was a lot better, but still you let the DB have a chance at it. Squeeze that thing, pull it in. Boom. Even if you got to fall down, as long as you still got it. Leave nothing for chance. But and Lamar be Lamar. He has to go out there, and play his game. One more read option. RPO. What happened to the RPO? He ran a little bit up Sunday. We need to run them more. Let's get Zay on some crossing routes in the end zone because that's why the touchdown out there. Just because we get to the red zone, don't mean Zay don't have to be a factor. Run his little ass on the crossing route. Because think about it, if they play in zone, you run cross route, somebody's gonna run into each other. Zay right there, boom, run them on some button hooks, boom, slants. That's my thing in the red zone. We gotta run more stuff, run zig routes with him, boom. Like him having one touchdown, that's coaching malpractice, big time. A lot of that's on Monken. So get more creative in the red zone. All right, now it's time to go into the defense. How will Zach Orr defend the Bengals' high-powered offense?
Now I don't know if T. Higgins is playing because the last thing I saw about him was that he was in a concussion protocol.
I
I
got
don't
him on
know.
my fantasy team in my league, and out in league me and you, and so he hasn't been ruled out yet. But so I just assume he's going to play.
So if he plays, if he, I feel like the game plan needs to be the same for him and Chase. For like him and Jamal Chase, like don't leave nobody on the island with them. You know, we talked about it last week with what's was it Gilman, the safety.
Yeah.
You know, Mullen thought he had help and he didn't. So I just feel like if you kind of like bracket those guys a little bit more, if both of them are playing, if it's only one, then you don't let Jamal Chase go off. You know, do your best to limit what he can do. Also understanding that he's one of the top wide receivers in the league, so he's going to make plays. So if you can keep him out the end zone, that's better. You know, maybe you give up some yards, but keep him out the end zone, that keeps points off the board.
Yeah.
I feel like Chase Brown, you know, he made an impact in the running game and the passing game when we played them on Thanksgiving. So I feel like that needs to be the I don't even want to know if it's the first or second because I don't know if both of the wide receivers are playing, but he needs to be on that board of who we need to focus on, you know, most. Because I feel like if they can limit him and then, you know, bracket the wide receivers, everybody else can fall in how they fall in, and it could be a successful day. I mean, they didn't play them bad the first time. It's just like it got out of hand
Yeah.
after like what halftime. Like it just got it was crazy. And like you said, it was all a turnover. So I think the defense can still fare well against them, but I just feel like focusing on the guys that you know can go off. And I mean, you know, obviously limit other guys too, but if you make it hard with those two or three, then you might have a good chance at, you know, doing well against that offense.
Oh, well said, Shannon. Me, I want to point out something. In the last 3 games, you've had a total of 2.5 sacks. That's 3 games. That's just alarming. Like, so it starts with getting fucking pressure on Joe Burrow. Jamal Chase and T. Higgins want to get their catches. You're not going to hold them to 0 catches. I don't give a shit if you got Surtain, Sauce, Marlon, Nate, Dion. No matter. They're going to catch the ball at some point. It's just what it is. But get pressure on Joe Burrow. Like I said, like I said, we have been complaining about that even though on the winning streak. Like you have to generate
That's
nobody's.
why I didn't mention them because they've been so disappointing. I'm like, we know we would be need from them.
Yeah, that's why I said the DB
They
is going
don't
to do
do
their
it.
job. They're going to do their job long as they get some help. Because, like I said, nobody's running with those type of caliber receivers all day long. No matter how good of a corner you is, it's for one, they're already at a disadvantage. They're running forward, they're running backwards. They're already at a disadvantage. So then they got to keep doing it and moving side to side and all that. Like, come on, that is not easy, people. Not easy. That's why I tell you, all of this, you go out there and line up on Jamal Chase for 10 seconds.
Yeah, after a while, you're gonna be chasing them for real.
Yeah. Like, come on. Like, we gotta get more pressure. Like, come on. Draymond Jones, you want to get re-signed? You need to beat them weak ass tackles. Same with Van Noy. Show us you still got a little something left to take Mike Green. I said every time we threw away our whole PR press to draft you. Said we don't give a shit what they say. You our guy. And we don't normally do that. We done passed on a lot of players because of baggage. For far less baggage, we took a big chance with you falls with that. You know, so you gotta give us our return on our investment. You shown fast, but we need numbers, man. We need come on. We need that 2-3 sack game out you. Travis Jones, you just got paid. Come on, push that pocket and get a sack or two. Don't disappear on us now because you didn't got the money. You know what I'm saying? And we need you to be that force, be like a modern day Brandon Williams type. So yeah, it starts with them. Like I said, the DBs, of course, they gotta, they'll figure that out for us bracket and all that. But I'm also the front seven and Roquan. You got to come up and Phil, man. Phil, you did a good job Sunday, but we can't let Chase Brown catch the ball in the flat. Let him, just come up the middle and drills untouched. So yeah, that's it right there. And then send some pressure too. Don't be afraid to bless the motherfuckers. I'd rather him get out of his hand in 1 second than have 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's a new topic I added, just like how you added the game balls. For the a recap. That is for the preview. Who are your X factors on offense and defense for this game?
Offense, Lamar. If Lamar plays like himself, it's hard for anybody to beat us. So if Lamar is just the inkling of if he could be like he was on Sunday, that's good for us. So I think Lamar's the X factor because if he plays bad, that's it for us. Um, and defensively, Roquan, for everything you just said when you ended the last segment, I feel like he's going to be the one that can be the difference maker because, like you said, you expect the DBs to do their job, but it's about the front seven, and I feel like he's the leader in the front, and if he leads the way, the rest can follow. So I say Roquan.
Okay. Lamar's the obvious answer, but I'm going Derrick Henry because you feed him like you're supposed to. Everything else gonna work out. Lamar gonna be hit. Lamar gonna do his thing. He ain't gotta press. He ain't gotta force the ball in Paul's way. Feed Derrick Henry 20, 25 carries. Wear that defense down. Like I said, then now you open up anything else. But yeah, every time we have given Derrick Henry under 20 carries, we don't have a winning record. Feed the man, feed the beast. To help your quarterback. Still not 100%. He's looking, he's getting better, but help him out. Run the football. Him and Keaton. So Derrick Henry for me on offense, defense. Mike Green. Just said it, man. Come on, like you were supposed to be a first round pick. Your off the field stuff held the back from that. So let's show people why. You still that guy. We gotta get Joe Burrow on the ground at least twice. Like you have to show why. Like, man, this is why they took a chance on me. All right, let's go with our over on the stat lines. We can go Lamar Jackson total yards. I'm gonna set it a little low. Let's go 200 total. Over under.
I might put over. 215 passing, 25 rushing. And the reason why I picked 25 was
Okay.
because I saw him earlier talking about, I think it was Jerry Coleman said he haven't had have a game with more than 20 rushing yards since, I don't know if he said week, whatever he said. And it was like the look on Lamar's face was like, all right, because he was like, we got 4 games left. So I think we saw a little bit of it last week when he did start to run and you saw the offense look different. I think he's going to get back to, what we know him to be. So I think it'll be um, 25 rushing.
Yeah, I need them quarterback drawers in the red zone. That's gonna help a lot. Spread them out. Boom. I'm gonna go 250. I'm gonna go 220 in the air, 30 on the ground. So we're in the same ballpark. Uh combined rushing yards from Derrick Henry and Keaton Mitchell. Let's go 150 over under.
Um, I'll go over. I think. Well, I'll say push. Right? You said 150. I'll say
Yeah.
push. I'll say Derrick Henry will get about 110. Keaton Mitchell about 40.
I'm gonna go slightly over 170. I'm gonna go 125. I'm gonna go one. I'm gonna go 175. 125 for Derrick Henry, 50 for Keaton Mitchell. All right, Zay Flowers, 50 yards receiving over under.
I'll say over. I'll say 65.
I go over, go 75 because he's been balling. Like I said, we just gotta get him in the red zone. That's on Monken to draw up better plays for him down there. All right, Mark Andrews, 35 yards receiving over under.
I'll say under 30.
I'm gonna go slightly over with 40. All right, so last one for offense. Defense, total team sacks 2 over under.
Under 0.
I hope this motivates y'all. I'm gonna go slightly over 3. I think they know they've been terrible. I'll go with Draymond Jones getting one, Draymond Jones getting one, Mike Green and Travis Jones. All right, total team interceptions on defense. Let's start it at 2 over under.
I'll say under 1. Nate Wiggins.
I think Joe gonna try his hand because he's gonna press. So I'm gonna go push right at 2. I'm gonna go Nate Wiggins and I'm gonna go Kyle Hamilton get his first one of the year.
Derek ain't got none.
He did not because they like to throw to. He can't when he playing 99 positions.
I didn't realize he didn't have one.
Nah, that's why it's be hard for him to get defensive player of the year because of that, the lack of turnovers. Combined tackles between Trenton Simpson and Roquan Smith. Let's go 14 over under.
I'll say under 9. Roquan 6, Teddy 3. I said Teddy. Trenton 3.
No, you're right, Teddy. Teddy Buchanan. He's starting now.
Oh, I
Trenton.
thought you said Trenton.
No, Teddy. Trenton just come in and he's basically just a spy guy now.
Oh, I thought you said Trenton. But
But
I'll still
either
go
way.
3. I'll go
Either way.
3.
Yeah,
9.
All right, I'm gonna go 12, 7 with Roquan, 5 for Teddy. All right, last one, combined tackles between Malachi Starks and Kyle Hamilton. Let's go 11 over under.
I'll push 6 Kyle, 5 Starks.
I'll go under with 10, 4 for Malachi, 6 for Kyle. Because Kyle gonna be moved around. Okay, all right, now 3 keys to victory.
I've said this a lot on this episode. I'm going to say Lamar takeover. If Lamar is Lamar, be hard to beat. He wasn't himself on Thanksgiving. I think if he is just an inkling of himself, we win a game.
Yeah.
Don't give up any big plays. Like I said, they're going to get yards here and there, but like watching that Steelers game, I was like, what is going on? Like it just seemed like it was like big play after big play after big play. And you don't want to allow that with an offense like that. And no turnovers. The biggest thing about Thanksgiving was 5 turnovers. You're not going to win a game like that. So if we can have no turnovers, that helps out chances of winning a game.
Me, mine's always the same. Protect the football on offense, no interceptions, fumbles. Take away the football on defense. Score more touchdowns and field goals. Again, last week we kicked 3 field goals, scored 2 touchdowns. We cashed 2 of those in. We pretty much thumped Pittsburgh. Pretty much thump them. So yeah, like I said, my eyes always gonna stay the same because the penalties and all that goes without saying. You shouldn't be committing a bunch of penalties and shit like that anyway. All right. Our score prediction. Who wins the game?
I'm going 28-24 Ravens. I just feel like the Ravens know they need this. They know what's in front of them. I think that they know that they screwed up on Thanksgiving. And I think it's going to show. So I'm going to go Ravens. 28-24.
I'm going to go 27-24 Ravens. I think Tyler Luke will kick a game winner, his first game winner. Bust that cherry,
That'll suck for the Bengals because how they just lost to the Bills.
That's why I said it. And that'll get his confidence rolling for further games in the future.
Joe Burrow was talking about retiring. I was like, dang, they can wore that man out over there.
He can go ahead and retire. I would love that shit. He can shit. Oh, I would love that. But yeah, that's it. That's the show. Go ahead, Shannon. Yeah, closing remarks.
I'll just say it again. I said this on Tuesday. I mentioned it vaguely, but I just feel like we about to find out what the Ravens are about over these next 4 games, players and coaches included. And if they win, then they earned it, and we gonna all be right there supporting them in the playoffs and wanting them to win. But the next 4 games are gonna tell you everything you need to know about the guys you got in that locker room.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm gonna echo that too. If I talk about some other stuff, Sugg said it. It's just how bad you want it. Sometimes it's X's and O's. Yes, that's keep big, but sometimes you have to make the X's and O's work because, like he said, no call works without you making the play on both sides of the ball. So it's like you got a big team that just beat you 2 weeks ago, and they just lost a tough one, and you going into their house. Then you got a 11-2 team coming up that's playing pretty good football. Green Bay's playing good football, like I said. So, it's put up a shut up time. Like you said, we're gonna see if y'all still can achieve everything. You still can win a division, you still can go to Super Bowl, but you have to win out. And it starts with Sunday. So, like I said, we're gonna see what everybody's made of. Like I said, we're gonna see if you're gonna rise to the occasion, and then they flex 2 of them games. We're gonna see if you're gonna rise to the occasion or y'all gonna falter.
Please, and that Steelers game might be a night game too if it comes down to the division.
For damn sure they're gonna flex that because that's the division game. So everybody check out the NBA semifinal cut. My Thunder in it. We got put the smack down on the Suns yesterday, beat them by 50. So it looks like we'll take on the Spurs Saturday. I'm gonna check that out. Should be a good game. I don't know if Wemby gonna play or not,
Ain't
but
nobody asked you about the Thunder. It's like, no, I'm joking. They good. I was watching them. I was watching them last night. I was like, ooh, I was like, they different. They
yeah.
different. I was like, ooh.
Last year, the year before was the year to get us. Now we just clicking, and then we still got Caruso and Dort and How Hot not playing. So it's like this is going to be.
That's what makes it crazy. They haven't even been full strength and been just steamrolling teams.
Yeah, and we using the whole Tyrese Halliburton injury thing as motivation because everybody's saying we would have lost, which they don't know that because we still beat them 3 times when he played. I'm wishing him a speedy recovery, matter of fact. But we using that as fuel because
I think y'all remind me of the Warriors in a sense of when the Warriors won their first one in 2015. If you remember, everybody was like, "Oh, they only won because this person was hurt and that person was hurt."
right,
Because that
right,
was a
right,
whole
right.
lot of that. Even in the
Kyrie,
Western
Kevin
Conference,
Love, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But even before they got to the finals, like in the Western Conference, certain guys wasn't playing. Then they got to the finals, and then guys wasn't playing, and they came back that next year and was like steamrolling the league. They was what was they 70? Was it
70,
73 and 9,
73 and
72 and
9,
9,
yeah.
whatever they were.
73 and 9, yeah, yeah.
Now we know how it ended, so I'm not hoping that I'm not saying it's going to end like that for y'all. I'm just saying
I
the
would hope not.
mentality, the mentality that they came out with right after they won is like how I see y'all. Because I've heard SGA say like they didn't feel respected in the whole circumstance of winning and how people was talking about them after the fact. So I think it's like you said, they don't want to leave no doubt, and they playing like it. And Rashad McCants, I heard him saying something today, and I was like, why does that matter? I hate when people talk about a
What he said,
schedule of
what
a
his
team.
goofy ass say? I wouldn't even listen to that.
He
Man.
was just talking about the strength of schedule, just trying to say, y'all are y'all 24-1, whatever the record is. He was
24
saying
1. Yeah, 24 1.
y'all are only that because y'all have the weakest strength of schedule compared to everybody else in the league. And I don't know what the schedule is, so I'm not
Played Denver, beat them by 30. Played the Lakers, your team not trying to throw shots, but pretty a team that's 2 in the West. Golden State, like every good team that's
I
up
don't
there,
know. I
you
don't
play
even
them
know
in.
who the
Like
I
what we
didn't even
talking
look at
about?
the schedule when I heard him saying it because some of them use stats, so they looked it up and was like, yeah, they have the weakest strength of schedule. And when I was listening to it, I just was like, well, who cares? They can't control who the schedule make is how they make it. They beating them, right? So you're supposed to beat, or how we say, beat the team you're supposed to beat. If that's how y'all feel like the schedule has been weak, then they did what they were supposed to do. So I don't use that against teams in general. And I've said that to you. We was talking about was it the Patriots? I don't know. You talking about one of these teams, and I'm like, they've been playing good, and people will say that like, well, they really ain't played nobody, or I don't like that. But definitely shout out to your boys. They've been balling.
Yeah, Miami next week against Texas A&M. That's gonna be a good game. So
Look,
hopefully,
and they ain't gonna be
hopefully.
hoping y'all lose.
I know they are. Fuck them. They should have beat us on the field. Marcus Freeman crying as you already know the 2 of my teams. Well, we beat y'all.
Catholics and convicts. They ain't playing. They was pissed off with y'all.
They'll be all right. Join the conference then. Stop trying to pick your schedule. It is what it is. But I'll just say that's it. Y'all enjoy the Thursday night game tonight. Bucks Falcons should be a pretty interesting game. Bucks are still trying to close in on the division because Carolina's right behind them. Atlanta just fighting for their lives. Yeah, Carolina. They both tied for first because they lost to the Saints.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
wow!
the
Look
Panthers
at
and they
them.
played the
Go
Buck
ahead,
and they played the
Panthers.
yeah and they played the Bucks twice in the next 2 weeks. Me and a few Panthers fans, so they was basically saying like, man, we'd be happy winning 4 games. Now they have a
I
chance to
know
be in the
that's
playoffs.
right. That's good.
Bryce Young took all that slack and all this and that.
Yeah, that's
The
good.
boy, the
I'm
boy
happy.
got
Yeah,
got them in the mix, man. So I told everybody
I
just give them
like
some
that.
time. Give them some time. Everybody not gonna come out guns blazing.
No, and some of them do. You looking at them now like they be crowning them too quick. How they
Yeah.
look how they did CJ Stroud.
No, he actually got it together though. He's been playing good
No,
since
I
he.
ain't saying he didn't. I'm just saying look how people did him.
Oh
Like
yeah, last
was
year he had
talking
a
about.
down. He had
Yeah,
a somewhat down. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. But
But after his rookie season, it was like, oh okay. Then last season it was like, this
yeah.
season, But yeah, they'll definitely crown you and ready to take that crown as fast as they gave it to you if you don't look up the par.
Yeah, so definitely shout out to them. So it's gonna be a lot of good. It's actually a couple football games this Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, you got football all this weekend, you got NBA. So yeah. Shout out to the Orioles getting Alonzo and Taylor Ward. So they starting to put together some pieces. They try and get some pictures. So Craig Urbanaz, he already starting off on a good note. I like it. Well, everybody, enjoy the weekend. Like I said, enjoy the games. We'll be back Tuesday, do the recap. You know, we always hear one lose a draw. Only time you don't see us is something came up. One of us. It's not because we just, the team let us down that bad. And like I said, we'll
I
be back.
wish I would run from that. I'll be ready to light them up.
Exactly. This be our therapy venting session, and and for you guys as well to come on here and share your expressions. So y'all have a wonderful Thursday night. We out.
Good night. Bye, Justin.
Bye, Shannon.